Hello, hello, nice to see you. Welcome and welcome back to Julia's Knitting. I am Julia. If you're new here we discuss all kinds of crafting. First of all knitting, but also crocheting, cross-stitching, sewing. So if you're into crafting, please take your favorite beverage and let's spend some time together. Right before making this video, I started making t-shirt yarn out of my old t-shirts. This is one t-shirt. I'm kind of impressed. I thought there would be less yarn out of one t-shirt, and I have 5 of them. I already prepared them. I cut everything that I don't need, and I folded them. I marked, I'm making 2 centimeter wide yarn. I marked this 2 centimeter marks on each t-shirt. So I think I'm gonna finish it today. If I do, I will try to insert a photo or a video here in this episode. The only concern I have is that my t-shirts are all different colors. But I am thinking, I had an idea that I could dye them, but that's, I'm not sure if I want to do that. But maybe I still don't have enough yarn for anything, you know, anything. Maybe I will just keep collecting the t-shirts that are kind of dark and collecting t-shirts that are white or kind of light. Maybe then I can use them all together, white and light together and dark grey black together. Maybe this way they will look nicer. Let me tell you what I've done this week. I know you guys saw my last video where I made Legwarmers, and I get a lot of comments that you guys want to make a pair of Legwarmers too. It's not a very large, not a very long project, so you can see the result quite quickly. At the same time, it's a project. It's like a good project. When you make a pair of Legwarmers, let us know, show us all, tag me somewhere, if not on YouTube, maybe on Instagram or on TikTok or wherever. Let us know, show us what you made. Okay, first things first. Last week I pulled projects from the crafting jar. Let me remind you that the Legwarmers were from the crafting jar also, and they are finished. They're still here because I have no other place to put them in. But I have 4 more projects. 2 of them are knitting, 2 of them are sewing. I will do sewing later. It's kind of not a sewing vibe right now. It hasn't been a sewing week. I've been knitting and cross-stitching, by the way. But I pulled out a cardigan for me and a scarf for Mary. Mary's my friend. And that means that in the month of March, I want to at least start, in the best case scenario, finish. But realistically, I think I will definitely just start a cardigan for me. A cardigan for me. And I will probably make like a half, or is there a chance that I'll finish a scarf for Mary? There is a chance, but you know, let's say that I think I will do a significant part of a scarf, but only if I decide on some important stuff. Let me tell you everything from the beginning. I pulled out a scarf for Mary. A couple of days later, I ordered some yarn for the scarf and it has been delivered. But what I didn't know when it was kind of mailing to me already, when it was already sent to me, that they didn't have the accent colors that I chose. They texted me, they sent me emails, which I haven't seen. And that's why, oh, Hobby sent me a sweet. That's so nice. And it's branded. I like this detail. So they sent me an email saying that they didn't have all the colors I ordered. They didn't have 2 colors. And I should have answered them and tell them if I wanted to cancel the order or if I wanted them to send me the rest of the colors. I didn't answer because I didn't see the email, and that's why they sent me the rest of the order. And the rest of my order is, it's very nice, but I imagined Mary has blue eyes and she is, you know, this is Mary. When I look at these colors, it is Mary. But at the same time, I wanted something, you know, something pink and something yellow, maybe not very bright, but you know, some kind of accent to be here. Then it would be, this palette would, you know, would be even more delicious than it is now. Because, well, not exactly that, but you know, maybe something like that. I already, you know, tried to find something from my stash. Maybe not this either. You see, I don't have anything that suits this. They did, but they somehow, there was a mix-up in the store, in the online store, and it said to me that there was enough yarn, that there were these colors. There was kind of a peach color, I think it was called peach, and the other one, something yellow, I can't remember exactly. And it would have been perfect. I'm imagining big blocks of these colors and, you know, thin stripes of these peach and yellow. And now we have a dilemma. Do I make, there is no yarn in the online store at the moment. And even if there were, I'll order it, it will be sent to me, it will come like in a week, but I'm not sure. I will try to, you know, I have this yarn left from another scarf, and I was trying to see if some of these colors match these. But first of all, this is cotton and this is alpaca, I think. And why would they be together? Is this a warm scarf? Is this a summer, a late spring, the beginning of summer scarf? It's, you don't know where to wear it, when to wear it, right? If it's alpaca and cotton at the same time. And it's just, it's not good. It's not good. So what do you think? Does this work with no accent color? Well, in this case, blue becomes the accent color, I guess. Also, is it enough? Well, 5 bowls should be enough for a scarf, but I should think about arranging, arranging the colors. You know, if I had 2 more colors, it would be, you know, this cacophony of different sizes, different blocks, different colors. But now it's kind of, everything is dialed down, everything is dulled, bored down. I don't know. I think what I need is, I should make a swatch and then put these bowls with a swatch somewhere where I can see them and just live with them for several days and think about it. Yes, that's what I have to do. The scarf for Mary is being planned. Probably just in case, I also will visit their website. The second project I pulled out of the crafting jar is a cardigan for me. This was a struggle. This was such a struggle. I couldn't find what I wanted. A quick reminder, I already started a free pattern by Drops Yarns, probably, I'm not sure. Drops Yarns, I'm hoping I'm saying it correctly. And it was such, it was a pattern for struggling. I couldn't get through it. It was okay, you know, especially if you are used to using old-fashioned kind of patterns. I have used them a lot when I was a teenager, and I didn't like them then, and I don't like them now. I just think they are poorly made. They are made for I don't know, they are vaguely, they tell you vaguely what to do. You know, the instructions is kind of like, well, take needles and make a cardigan. I wanted this cardigan to be an Aran cardigan, and I couldn't find the pattern that I loved. I loved this winter cardigan, winter rain cardigan by Drops, but it was too difficult for me. And that's why I decided I could look for this Aran pattern for a long time, and I will definitely find it, I will make it probably, and I will still not have a cardigan for months probably. Or I can make a kind of cardigan, some cardigan, and I will have at least one cardigan in my wardrobe, and then I will find another pattern, another probably hopefully Aran pattern cardigan. Aran, what did I say? What should I say? I think you got me, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today. And make this Aran cardigan that I want someday, but for now I will make a cardigan with no Arans, and that's very okay. I need any cardigan, you know, and this is why I chose Anker's cardigan. I hope that's true. I think that's true. So I chose Anker's cardigan by Petite Knit. I bought it, I read through it, I understood that it was okay. I also understood that I had my gauges off. This is why I'm making a smaller size. So again, I'm not sure if it's going to be, if I'm going to succeed. But I will not tell you the size in the patterns and the size I'm making and the size I should make, because I'm not sure yet. This could be a total disaster. But if it's okay in the end, I will tell you what size I'm making, what needles I'm using, and so on. And you know, I just started and I already have the beginning of my yoke. And I love it. 4mm needles and quite thick yarn. Magic. This goes so fast. And that's easy. It has no Arans. It has just a ribbing, a ribbed yoke and a stockinette stitch body and sleeves. It looks amazing. I have been meaning to make this cardigan for a long time, but I thought, you know, when I make everything, I will someday make Anker's cardigan. But, well, I'm happy. I'm happy the destiny brought us together, and I'm making it now. It seems right? Oh, I have a hood here, but it's okay. The size seems right. I think it's going to be a little bit oversized because I love it, and this was the idea. I wanted it to be a little bit oversized. So far it's easy, and when I was reading the pattern it was very clear. I think you know, it's written so that if you are an experienced knitter, you can just read the main things and knit and go on. If you are not experienced, then each step is explained. So if you are experienced, you just can skip them, and if you are a beginner, you can go through them, and then each step is explained very carefully. So far I'm having no troubles with this pattern. Okay, this is a cardigan for me from my crafting jar. I think this cardigan is with us until April definitely, but until May probably, because I'm predicting that I will struggle with sleeves, for example, and, you know, stockinette. I think it's going to be a long journey. Really quickly, I'll show you the sock. I showed it to you the last time. One is ready, the other one is going on. I knit it only when I watch TV, and this happens very rarely when I just sit and watch TV, a film or something. That's why it's going slowly. But it's my this is a project I take anytime I need something and I don't need to think about it. It's just 2x2 ribbing. But the next thing, I think I can surprise you with that. it wasn't in my plans. It wasn't even, you know, in the plans that I had but never told anyone about it. It was not in my plans for this week, for this month, for any of the foreseeable future. But I told you about it, right? It's Goth Sloth by the Witchy Stitcher. But you know, the stars aligned and it just happened. Also, we are planning a trip with my husband, and I'm thinking that I have enough time to finish it by this trip, and that would be amazing for him to wear this t-shirt during this trip. This is the third Witchy Stitchers pattern that I'm making, and each of them has a version with colors, a version with no colors, with just marked, you know, squares, so that you can print it out and color them yourselves if you are replacing some colors, for example, or just if you want to follow this pattern. I'm not a very neat cross stitcher. I'm a very amateur cross stitcher, and I'm really acting like it. So I watch my the pattern on my phone, and I know this is kind of one of the worst ways to do that because it's very small, it's, you know, the screen and everything, but it's kind of what I do. I am not sure why, and I'm already, I don't know, it's just more, for me it's just more convenient this way. I can't explain why. I started in the middle. The middle is in his stomach, at his stomach, on his stomach. Then I started with all the fun stuff. I made the stomach with these ribs, I'm guessing, or I don't know, the stomach, and the symbol, of course. Then I moved on to the chest and the nipples. Then I moved on to the face, so that I can see the result. In cross-stitching, that's very important for me. In knitting, I can kind of entertain myself even when I'm knitting a stockinette or something, but in cross-stitch, whenever I have to, you know, cross-stitch a whole bunch of white or grey or even yellow or red stitches, it's just very boring for me, and I can feel losing my motivation. And that's why I started with the fun stuff, or with the stuff, it doesn't have to be like fun, but at least it has to, you know, it has to be maybe an edge when you see that, okay, this is a head, this is a paw, this is a hand, this is, well, something should happen for me to not lose interest. And I think I did a lot. My concern is that it's aligned. It looks straight right now. Like I measured everything and I tried to make it vertical, completely vertical, exactly vertical. But sometimes I still worry about that, because there will be also a writing, Goth Sloth. So I'm a little bit scared. I hope it's straight. But before making a writing, I think I will be able to check if it's still right. I think I can take off this this fabric, check everything, and then put it back together, aligning it like better than it was, if it needs correction, you know. It's fun to make. It's kind of quite big, but not that big that it's too much. I like this size. Maybe for me, I would like a little bit of a smaller one, even more. But that's also all right. And if you are a little bit more experienced than I am in cross-stitching, then I think that would be a great pattern for you to try. Totally recommend. And as always, totally recommend the Witchy Stitcher. It's my favorite, probably, website on the internet. I actually choose almost all the patterns there are. But the first one is Edgar Allan Poe, definitely. Okay, I think this is all the crafting I have. But I want to tell you about the book of the week, the book of several weeks, I guess. It's quite a thick book, and I'm a slow reader, as you know already, and I just read in the evenings right now. I don't kind of have time to just sit and read in the middle of the day, but it's I Am a Cat by, pardon my Japanese, Natsume Soseki. If you know how to pronounce it beautifully, let us know. So this is a story told from a cat. The cat is the narrator. It's fun. It's always, probably whimsical, probably... I feel a little bit like a child when I'm reading it, because the cat is telling us about life he experiences, also like a small being about the big grown-ups, so the cat is kind of like a child. Probably this is my projecting, but this is what I feel, and probably because of that I imagined the people who the cat is talking about as these old, well, not old, but middle-aged people, like 50 probably. But just in this chapter, the writer tells us that these characters are 27, less than 30, 26, 27, something like that. And I was very surprised. So they read like they are much older for me. Is it because they already are, almost all of them are married with kids and they lead this kind of life? When I imagine you must have had a long life before that, but they probably just did it earlier in life. So far it's very slow for me, very old-fashioned, and I'm lacking the action probably. I read almost a half and one thing happened. Well, other than, getting into this book, like this is from a cat. The cat tells us why he's telling this story, right? This is like the entering the book. But other than that, they just talk and talk and talk and talk, and just now something important happened, something, significant that you don't understand, that you kind of want to find out why it happened and why exactly that happened. I can't say it's a negative thing. It's probably a negative thing for me, but I know that there are people who love reading just to experience this process of reading, and this is a perfect book for this, so far at least. For me it's a little bit slow. Maybe something begins to happen now, and in the end I will say that all this first half was worth it. If you remember, that happened already with the War of the Worlds. I told you about it a couple of episodes ago. But right now I think it's unnecessary, and I'm guessing it's not going anywhere, to be honest. I'm guessing this is just this kind of a book. And I'm a slow reader, and I'm kind of struggling to go back to reading. I had quite a long break when I didn't read at all. So I'm getting back into reading, and I kind of need external motivation right now. So I need it to be interesting. I need it to be either fun or very, full of action, or full of love and romance, something that will keep me, maybe a detective story, that will keep me, engaged. I hope this is all sounding like, not like a negative thing, not like the negatives about the book. This is just my experience, and it's very important for me in my situation, right? And I'm telling you all this because it happens very often when a booktuber is saying why they didn't like the book, and I am getting, okay, they didn't like it, but I will I definitely will, or I probably will. And this is what I'm trying to do. You see, I'm not liking it very much. I'm still enjoying it. I don't want to quit it. I want to read it till the end. So I want to finish it. I'm not going to quit it. I don't think so. So that means something. And so even I like it, right? And you might like it even more. So again, I Am a Cat by Natsume Soseki. I hope you love it. All right, this was fast, right? I'm very glad you joined me. It was very nice to meet again. As always, tell me what you're working on, what you're knitting, what you are crocheting, sewing, cross-stitching. What else do you do? Maybe you weave, maybe you... What is it called when you make yarn? Spinning. Maybe you spin the yarn. Anything. Maybe you do something else. Maybe you garden. That would be nice. I can't garden at all. All the plants died when they came to my house. All of them. So, and one day at the same time, I would love to have a garden. So if you share some tips, that would be nice. Maybe I will take my first step to not killing all the plants. Please leave all of your wonderful comments down below. I enjoyed every second of our meeting. See you next time. Bye.